Do you remember sneaking over to that one place that we found? I got home late that evening. My parents were furious. I can still see my dad pacing around the living room and my mom sitting on the sofa. They were just staring at me. They acted as if a family member had died or something.
Okay, what's your action on that line?
Sarcasm.
To what? Huh? Remember, you have to affect him. So what's the actual line? What is it?
They acted as if a family member had died.
Okay, make a joke.
Okay. They acted as if a family member had died or something. That was the first night that they knew I was serious about you. And my mom and I had a long conversation that night.
Okay, go back. What's your action on that line? That was the first night they knew I was serious about you.
To get serious.
Was he serious about you at that same time?
Mm-hmm.
How do you? I think it's better. It's a harder choice if you don't know, and if you use this to find out.
Okay.
You know, who fell in love with who first? Because, I mean, the great response was, "Oh crap! I was serious about you months before that." You have to check in with him a little bit more and find out what he's thinking and feeling. There's a real elegance to this monologue, as a lot of scenes, and it's up to actors to find that.
They acted as if a family member had died or something. And that was the first time they knew I was serious about you. And my mom and I had a conversation that evening, and she told me sometimes our life is dictated by who we are, not what we want. And I know it was wrong of her to hide those letters from me, but you have to try to understand.
Okay, how's he responding?
He's getting, I don't know.
We have to decide. That's up to you. We as an audience, we're going to know exactly how he's responding by how you are delivering each, as you move through the monologue. Okay? So I have a feeling right now, because your feelings are so strong, Lindsay, which is great. That's going to serve you your entire career. Because I think you're an emotional woman, and those feelings they're not pleasant for you to access them, but they're available to you. And not all actors can say that, all right? So, but now I want you to really check in with him more, whoever your substitution is, and really need to find out what he's feeling and if there's any future for the two of you. And you're going to feel really, really vulnerable, but then when you finish, you'll say, see, and you'll be over. It'll be brilliant.
Where do you want me to start?
From the top.
Stupid crying in front of people.
This is wonderful. Do it.
Do you remember that first time we snuck out when we found this place? I got home late that evening and my parents were furious. I can still see my dad pacing around and my mom sitting in the sofa just staring at me. I mean, they acted as if a family member had died or something. And that was the first night that they knew I was serious about you. And my mom had a conversation with me that evening, and she told me sometimes our life is dictated by who we are and not what we want. And I know it was wrong for her to hide those letters from me, but you have to understand. Once we left, she thought it'd just be easier to let you go. And in her mind, she was trying to save me from my emotions, but that was the only way that she knew how. Not that any of this matters anymore because I have Lon. I mean, he's charming, and he's handsome, and he's successful.
Okay, stop. Don't say the next line until I tell you to. Now.
He makes me smile, and I know he loves me in his own special way. But there's always going to be something missing from our relationship.
Okay, go back. You rushed that. Allow yourself. This was huge for everybody. Don't say the line until you feel it. Okay, so the reason I made you stop was so you could allow those emotions to fall into place. And then they did, and you said that line, it was beautiful. Okay, so then before you say the line about, I want you to stop right before the line, nothing, what is the line?
Which one?
I don't know. It's the one about what we don't have, basically. It's not like what we had.
The only thing that's missing from our relationship.
That one there, yeah. Don't say, I want you to stop before you say that line, be quiet, and don't say it until you really, really feel it. And you need to find out from him if he's on the same page.
So you just want me to say that line?
No, go back and do it again from the other place. What were you talking about your mom, the letters?
I know it was wrong for my mom to hide those letters from me, but you have to try to understand. When we left, she thought it would just be easier for me to just let go. And in her mind, she was trying to protect me from my feelings, and that was the only way that she knew how.
Can you stop? Now.
And not that any of this matters anymore because I have Lon. He's charming, he's handsome, and he's successful. He makes me smile, and I know he loves me in his own special way.
Stop. Now.
There's always going to be something missing from our relationship.
Okay, what's your action on that last line?
I don't fucking know.
You don't know? Okay, well, what do you want from him?
To fight for me.
Yeah, get him to tell you that he still loves you. Do you have anyone in your life you'd like to love you? That maybe doesn't? Or you don't know?
I don't know if it's my substitution or not.
Do they love you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you
Yes.
yeah, we'll find out. We'll put that one. And allow yourself to be vulnerable, Lindsay. There's great strength in it and great power in it.
I don't really know how I'm supposed to say that line.
Hmm?
I don't really know how I'm supposed to go with that line.
Don't think about how you want it to end up sounding. Just put it sounds like you're switching your substitution now, which is perfectly valid. So put that person in front of you, and just when you're saying the line, find out: do you still love me? Could you love me? Will you love me? Is there any hope for us? Or why don't you love me? Look at Brooks right now and say those words, why don't you love me?
Why don't you love me?
No, I really need the answer.
Why don't you love me?
Okay, now allow yourself to be vulnerable and need their love. Say it again.
Why don't you love me?
Okay, now say the line in the monologue.
There's always going to be something missing from our relationship. And it was the love we had that summer.
Could you do that again and lose a little bit of the anger? Yeah.
It's because I changed myself.
Just those last 2 lines. Actually, have the action be to get him to hug you.
I'm getting lightheaded. There's always going to be something missing in our relationship. And it was the love that we had that summer.
Yay,